So thank you everybody for joining us. This is Alpha Society. We're just a group of friends that got together. We like to talk about projects and share alpha with each other. And we got a project coming in hot. Crypt3D punks. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, we go cryptid punks.
Cryptid punks.
Yeah.
So we got Cryptid punks with us. Some of the team here. They're going to talk about their project. And then we're going to go ahead and ask them some questions. If you guys have questions, you can raise your hand. We'll bring you up. Or you can also write them out in the Cryptid Punks AMA chat area, which is right above this channel. And we'll just go ahead and answer those questions and give you credit. And then, by the way, it'll be recorded, posted on YouTube. So you can follow it there or tell your friends about it if you weren't able to attend. So take it away, whoever's going to speak for Cryptid Punks, and we're excited to have you guys here. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, cool. No, we're very excited to be here, and thank you very much for having us. Yeah, we have like a bit of a visual presentation. If anyone is interested to tune into that, I can actually just... can I share your screen? Can I share my screen on in stages?
On this stage, but if you want to, we can jump over to AMA video and voice as well. That's also a possibility.
Yeah, if it's not too much trouble for everyone, if we can jump over there, because we've got a visual presentation, probably help paint the picture of the project a little bit better. If that's
Let's jump over there.
Yeah, cool.
Sure.
Awesome. Let's do that.
Yeah,
sweet.
Cool.
I'll see
you over there.
There we go.
No, you can just record. Yeah. He will.
I'm good. I got it going.
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
Cool.
Perfect.
All right, let me share my screen. There we go. Has everyone got that?
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Just wait for a couple more people to trickle through. So, so we're Cryptid Punks. This is our project. We're essentially Crypto Punks remastered. Who are we? Cryptid Punks are essentially a collection of all of the original 10,000 Crypto Punks that have been remastered, like one-to-one with their attribute sets in 3D rendered 4K NFTs to be minted on the Ethereum blockchain. So your Cryptid Punk NFT enables the minting of your Cryptid Punk 3D avatar. So you can essentially teleport between metaverses as your avatar from one of the most recognized and culturally significant NFT projects in crypto history. Who are we, the team? There's myself, JYPTO, and the project founder, NFT Deviant. We have our artist, Neo. We have a new artist coming on board, Loud Gods. We have our dev, Brains, a really talented concept illustrator, Josh Scott. Community manager, Hacky, he's a beast. And our head moderator, Dondon, and the mods that help us run it, Beska, Disco Balelo, and Moosey. That's pretty much the team, but just like a little bit more information about us. So myself, I'm JYPTO. I have a bit of a mixed bag. My background's a bit of a mix of academic and professional. I have my relevant experience to this project is I have an advanced diploma of multimedia gaming stream, which is essentially video game development from Victoria University in Melbourne. Advanced diploma of project management from Chisholm Institute with a small certificate of small business management as well from the same institution. I have an advanced diploma of graphic design through a full scholarship tuition through Laureate University, certificate in living philosophy, and I'm actually halfway through a bachelor degree of industrial design through RMIT in Melbourne. Professionally, a lot of graphic design, industrial design, product design type of things. Most relevant since 2015, I've been running a proprietary limited company here in Australia doing 3D rendering for architectural visualizations, working mostly with property developers and architects and stuff like that. And been in crypto since 2017 with Deviant. We've been in and out of a whole bunch of projects and just absolute crypto degens like most of us here. Deviant, do you want to have a bit of a run through? Oh, is he possibly on?
Yeah, sorry, I was just on the mute there.
Sure.
Deviant, again, just same as JYPTO, 2017, we started in the space, spent a lot of time making our way through. background, life experience with a bit of a DJ career, managing a business that I've owned for 17 years. Yeah, just really into the space, and we got into the NFT arena several months ago, and yeah, we're just sort of projecting ourselves into the future, and yeah, really excited just to be on a project that we're very into, and love the correlation between the OG punks and the cryptid punks and where we're heading.
Yeah, sweet. Sorry.
Yeah.
You right?
Yeah, no, good, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Nice one, thank you. So Neo, Daniel Mendoza, he's our artist. He's the guy behind all the artwork. He's like myself. He's an industrial design student. He's kind of worked around in animation, jewelry, product design, stuff like that. But ended up kind of just like falling in love with doing 3D artworks, and he's really talented with his characters and bringing characters to life. Like, definitely have a look at his Instagram if you have a chance. He's got some really amazing work. Brains is our dev. He's based out of LA. He used to run actually like a visual effects studio, but he's recently just been focusing on blockchain development. There's a list of all his projects there. If you can't see the list, if you're not watching, you're just listening in. He has a whole range of successful NFT projects that he has minted across Solana, Immutable X, and Ethereum. He's just a well versed dev. We're in really good hands with Brains. Loud Gods is a new addition to our team. He hasn't actually started work yet, but he will be starting soon, and you'll see why as we get into our roadmap. Exactly, like, where are we? Well, we're kind of like ready to go. We have all of our 10,000 CryptoPunks that have been remastered in 4K. They're ready to go. We've undergone essentially a closed pre-sale round to raise marketing capital. We have confirmation from our legal team that we're not in any risk of any Lava Labs IP infringements. We have a small organically grown community that we're looking to just grow stronger. That's why we're starting to do our reach out. A partnership with Southeast Asian crypto juggernaut STOP-RFOX Labs. And just a really interesting strategy to engage our community as we walk forward in starting to build out for the metaverse. And just an eager team ready to go and move forward. Our first partnership that we've landed is with STOP-RFOX Labs. So STOP-RFOX Labs are essentially a metaverse building company based out of Southeast Asia. And we've done a partnership with them that operates through their KML, which is what they call their COGS Mint Labs. So STOP-RFOX have these COGS, which are NFTs that they can people can play in a play-to-earn game on Android mobile. Currently, STOP-RFOX have about 27,000 active beta members. I think it's something in the vicinity of 50 to 60,000 beta testers in the game, but 27,000 of them are active. To date, they've played about 8.5 million games on this on COG Slam, and they're just in the process of starting to move out of beta and open up from the 3 countries based out of Southeast Asia. They're opening up to 175 countries worldwide. So this is about just really going to be interesting watching these numbers grow as they open up worldwide. How the partnership works with CryptoPunks is once we finish up our public mint and go through our reveal, CryptoPunk NFT holders will be able to mint the version of their CryptoPunk onto a CryptoPunk COGS, which will be able to be used inside the CryptoPunk COGS, inside the STOP-RFOX COGS Slam game for play-to-earn purposes and expose our project to that massive audience, and also that the people playing that game can use their play-to-earn to purchase more COGS off the secondary market, and you can actually...
I'm just going to cut in real quick, Robin.
Yeah,
I
sure.
just want to, for a bit of explanation, so people do understand what the COGS thing is. I might be dating myself a little bit here, but when I was a kid, we collected POGs. So if anyone does remember them, little cardboard, little circles, little discs that you'd keep in a tube, and then you'd have a slammer, and you'd throw the slammer on top of the POG and try and flip it over, and you could play for keepsies with your friends. That's sort of the idea here with the COGS. So a little digital cog that you're going to have, and you're going to be able to, play to earn different NFTs, different cogs within game.
Exactly right. And people will be able to basically you can collect sets and put them into tubes, and you can stake them, and there's all types of interesting kind of tokenomics happening over there with CogSlam. But it's interesting that we'll be able to essentially offer that immediate utility to that audience with our NFTs as soon as we close up our public mint. And that this partnership actually extends a little bit further on into our roadmap, which we'll get into a little bit later. So where are we going next? Once we get kind of through the mint and the cogs are out, is we have our talented concept artist Josh Scott on board, and obviously, so we're moving the punks from the 4K renders into the metaverse. But as it stands, obviously the punks only have heads and they'll need bodies, and if they have bodies, they'll need clothes. So we'll be going through a process with the CryptidPunk NFT holders to work one-on-one with our illustration artist and go through and design the CryptidPunks wearable set, which is going to be a fun process. We've actually already started this with our OG punks that have already minted in the pre-sale, and the voting closes today for the nominated items, and then the items go off to the illustrator, and this is going to be a backwards and forwards process until we lock in the clothes that all of the punks will be wearing. Also, alongside the fashion design, our illustrator will be making a CryptidPunks NFT comic book series, which supports our lore. So if anyone's interested, go over to our website, have a look at the lore, and as our lore continues to unfold, as we start jumping through different metaverses, there will be a supported comic book series that runs along with that, which is really going to be really cool to watch that kind of unfold. So yeah, after we get through the mint and everyone goes through the process of designing the clothes collectively as a community, we will be rolling the CryptidPunks into the sandbox. And there's the backstory and the lore kind of goes something a little bit like, originally the CryptidPunks were just these pixelated, blocky objects, but they were full of life and character, and they wanted to be more true expressions of themselves. So they bursted through a minting portal, and they became this proper expressions of themselves in 4K 3D renders. But that wasn't quite enough for them. They quite liked the whole 3D aspect, but they were still stuck in 2D static image mode. So they wanted to actually really be able to run around and really experience 3D movement. So they'll burst through the next portal, and the first place that they land will be Sandbox. So your version of your punk is what you will be able to mint into the Sandbox. You'll need to hold your CryptidPunk NFT in order to mint the Sandbox version. When we get in there, we'll be purchasing land in all of the metaverses that we enter into. And the story will go something along the lines of, when we get into the Sandbox, the punks made it. They finally made it into proper 3D, but they kind of stuffed it up a little bit. They didn't quite get it right, so they are moving around in 3D, but they're back into this kind of blocky, pixelated mode, similar to what they were in the start. So they want to kind of like keep moving and see how much better they can get. So we'll establish a baseland in Sandbox, and similar to how we go through the design process with the community for the punks fashion design, we'll be basically taking the community's hand or guidance a little bit, I should say, into helping us design what kind of game does the community want in Sandbox. And we'll go about this by providing pretty much a framework that the community can design the game within, and that framework will mostly be governed by resources, mostly budget, time, and available talent for us to build that game. We have a bit of an idea of the direction we want it to go. We really want the community to steer it as well. We've got a really kind of heavy community guided theme with this project. And then from there, they'll look to essentially burst through the next portal out of Sandbox, where they'll be landing in Decentraland. And similar kind of thing again. We'll be buying land. The punks made it through into the next portal. You'll need your original CryptidPunk NFT in order to mint your your Decentraland version of that NFT. When we get in there, similar kind of deal. The graphics have improved a little less blocky. They've got this like polygonal kind of style from Decentraland, and we'll look to establish land, build a game again, and the punks will forever be chasing just a better version of themselves. And we will move from Decentraland into RFOX Labs, the RFOX Labs Vault. For those that aren't familiar with RFOX Labs, definitely worth a look. Amazing project going on over there. Really quite an involved ecosystem, and they're building, I think what I would have to say is one of the most impressive metaverses currently being built. They're going live with their metaverse sometime mid-year this year, and alpha testers have been in their metaverse walking around checking out their stuff with Oculus VR headsets, which is really impressive. So the punks will move into the RFOX Vault. We're looking at taking up retail space there because there's they have different quarters in the RFOX Vault, including music, gaming, retail, and just the general area. So we'll be looking at taking up a retail space there and bringing the punks to life in just higher quality graphics again. And that this should be interesting because this will integrate back in with the RFOX cogs and already been introduced into the ecosystem. After that, we're not just stopping at the 3 metaverses. We're basically keeping an eye out for any emerging metaverses that come to fruition in the future. We're already looking at a few that have caught our eye so far, but at the moment the primary focus is on building for those first 3, Sandbox, Decentraland, RFOX Vault. After that, we'll be keeping our eye open and looking for community recommendations of where we think we should be taking the punks next. But the idea is to keep leaping these punks through metaverses, and you require your original CryptoPunk to mint that version of your metaverse version. That's pretty much the end of the presentation. I wanted to kind of keep it nice and quick. Just a quick insight into the actual artwork itself. The entire set has been rendered in 3D 4K. So if you head over to the website, just to be clear, I'll grab the actual website here. Get rid of that one. We aren't randomly generating the attribute set for the punks. We've remastered every single one of them as per the original CryptoPunks. So whichever CryptoPunk number you mint, it's the exact same attribute set. And they have all been done in 3D 4K, all 10,000 of them, and the detail's pretty wild. We have some. If you go to our Discord, we actually have some of these 4K examples that you can view for yourself if you wanted to have a bit of a better look. But they're all there, ready to go in 3D 4K. I think that's pretty much it. David, is there anything else you wanted to add to that before we kind of open up for questions?
No, I think that's great, mate. Always a good presentation. Nice to have some visuals there for everyone to immerse themselves. And if anyone's got any questions, just chuck them in the chat or put your hand up and we'll get into it.
Yeah, sure. Love answering questions.
Yeah, thanks guys. That's awesome. You have a whole presentation, everything set up. So since we moved here, if you want to just, I don't know if the easiest method is to go to the AMA chat above and just give us a shout out if you want us to get you unmuted, if you want to ask in person, or you can just leave your question in that, it says Cryptid Punks AMA. It's like literally above this channel. You can just leave a question if you have one. So what's happening right now with the mint process, and is there a whole whitelist situation, or what's going on with that side of things?
Yeah, sure. Hey, do you want to have a crack at that one, Jay, or that's...
Well, I mean, so we've had a couple of different ideas that have come up, and we're kind of mulling a few things over as far as mint process going forward. There was something that Daniel actually brought to our attention that seemed very interesting. So there's a little bit of thought process behind that. We might be switching up a couple of things. That's definitely up for JYPTO and Deviate to decide. But as things stand right now, so I've just recently come on board about a week and a half ago, and I'm helping them as far as marketing and community engagement. And we have sort of switched over to a currency, an in-house currency. We let the community vote on that, what they wanted to name it, and it was an overwhelming amount of people that wanted to name it pineapples. So everybody in the server now is collecting pineapples through different types of, whether it's Twitter raids or engaging in games or the different events that we have taking place within the server. As the community grows, we plan to implement a lot more things to keep people engaged and having fun, whether that be weekly gaming tournaments, daily quizzes, all that kind of stuff that we're going to have available for you guys. And you're just going to be stacking up your pineapples and then using those to get the whitelist. And then we have a couple of other roles as well, adventurer role and explorer role. And those have their own inherent benefits as well. So those are some other things that you can work towards within the server on top of the whitelist process. And yeah, we're just trying to keep things fun. We want to avoid the whole, invite contests, all that bull crap that's going to just bring in a bunch of bots or a bunch of, WagMe, LFG, all that kind of stuff. We don't want that, right? We want an organic community. We want it to be people who are actually interested in the project, interested in the long-term vision of the project, and, that want to be there. So that's how we're sort of rolling out things as of the time being. And there may be some changes coming in the near future, but that's definitely still being mulled over.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, that sounds good. Community involvement, organic growth, those are obviously really good things for any project. Dollar Bill asks about karaoke in the Discord. I'm not sure exactly what he means by that, but is that some kind of thing you guys are doing?
No, we haven't yet. That sounds dangerous.
You guys would like to do? Do you guys want to do some karaoke? We can do some drunken karaoke nights. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
Do you have a bot that removes? Do you have a bot that removes bots and whitelist farmers? And he also wants. This is Dollar Bill, and he's asking about a collab with Ragnarok Meta.
Okay, yeah, cool. Regarding bots, we're about to actually start pulling a bunch of the bots out. Before we had Jay come on board, we had a shot with a few influencers, and they just brought in a whole bunch of bots into our server. So we're just at the process now, looking at getting rid of all those bots and just trying to get back to a true representation of what the community member numbers are. So definitely keeping an eye out for that. Curious. Well, I'm not really sure how whitelist farmers necessarily would work with the new setup that we have with the pineapples. They'd have to come in, kind of play around and participate in order to get whitelists. So I'm not really sure how that'd work. If they did get,
I've got a response question. Do you have a link to a bot?
Yeah.
That would remove bots and get rid of, do you have something like that, brother? Because if you got something like that, point my way and I'll take a look at it for sure, because I'm unaware of any sort of bot that exists that'll get rid of bots and whitelist farmers, but please share that knowledge, man. I need the alpha.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. And Ragnarok Meta, I'm not actually familiar with Ragnarok Meta.
Feel free to send me a DM. I'm going to turn on my DMs for this server right now. So if you turn on your DMs in this server as well, you can go ahead and send me a DM there, brother, and shoot me the links and we can have a chat, see if there's any room for us to be able to do something with you guys.
Yeah, definitely. Not sure, with the whitelist farmers, that's interesting. A lot of people coming in winning pineapples at the moment, playing the in-house games. Smash Kart seems to be the favourite at the moment. You didn't make it in last night, Daniel. We're hanging for you to come in and play some Smash Kart.
No, but I did actually try the game, and that was really, really fun.
Yeah, it is.
It's really fun.
It's a little bit too addictive, that game. It's just too easy to jump in.
Yeah, we definitely also have some very passionate community members. When we were putting the pineapples and the punkonomy, which was we were just doing out all of the sort of games and things and allocating the prize amounts. So, just to give you an example, if you were to go into a Smash Kart game and you were the winner, you might get 2,000 pineapples. And somewhere down our list, we decided that we'd put in something would be a little bit different, and we said if anyone gets a tattoo, we'd give them 25,000 pineapples. And we've already had one of our community members go out and get their first tattoo. It was a guy who'd been in the community for a while, very active, and he went old school. He went with the old pin method, and he actually did a little bit of a video, blew our minds.
Yeah, that was wild.
And yeah, he stepped right up to the plate. So we're dealing with some pretty serious people who are very passionate about the project, and that was just something that sort of rocked our world over the last couple of days to see them put that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was very great. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, no, it's all good. I was just going to say it's actually really funny because I was reading through the announcements where you guys were talking about giving out pineapples, and then I saw that announcement about some guy getting a tattoo for pineapples, and I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
What is going on here?
That's cool.
It's definitely a decent crew over there. There's a question in the chat. Will you guys be doing some sort of staking? So we originally had staking lined up in our roadmap, and then we went through a bit of a process. We were kind of watching what was happening with like securitized NFTs and delisting from marketplaces and all the kind of red flags that were popping up there. And we I'll probably answer two questions with this question. We went through a bit of a due diligence process with our legal team at the end of last year, and this was one of the things that came up. And just with all the uncertainties surrounding all the security features of a lot of NFT projects at the moment, we elected to just remove any securitized issues or elements from our project, just so we didn't run into any potential future issues. It's just there's not enough regulatory clarity around securitized NFTs and staking or kind of offering any kind of financial reward for holding your NFTs essentially classes your NFT collection as a security. So we stripped back on all of those features just because we don't want to get 12 or 18 months down the track and then the SEC or whatever comes out and lays down a whole bunch of regulations surrounding that, and it's potentially may wipe out a whole bunch of projects. It may not, and we absolutely hope that it doesn't, but that's just not a risk that we're willing to take to get down the line and have the project collapse because of some regulatory compliance issues. So we removed all the staking elements out of that. The other thing that we went through the due diligence process with our legal team was just about the Lava Labs thing. So we actually paused the project for about 3 weeks at the end of last year as we just got them to do a bit of fishing around and just doing some research to understand that we actually aren't in any risk of potential IP infringements from Lava Labs, because obviously that's a question that's come up with quite a few people, but we have the all clear in that regard, and I can go into that in more detail if anyone else wants to hear about it. It's a little bit boring legal stuff, but looks like we're all in
while JYPTO's just there on the IP stuff too, guys. We also we've got the IP rights of your punk. So when you buy the NFT, you can go out and monetize, brand, do whatever you want. So the IP side to owning your NFT is 100% to the holder, which we think's great. We made a decision early on that one. So yeah, when you do purchase your NFT, you can go out there and start your branding and things like that, and that's a benefit for the whole project moving forward, is that exposure that other people can bring to the project through whatever they decide that they may do, whatever ventures they go on. So yeah, it's a pretty exciting sort of thing to know that you have the total IP rights of your NFT when you make your purchase as well.
Yep. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
So we have there's another question from VSAD. So obviously you're matching the 10,000 OG punks, so you don't want to cut supply. But is there a plan of action in the event mint count stalling somewhere short of 10k? And this is an interesting one because it's come up before. So we definitely don't want to be burning any of the punks because we could end up burning Danny's seed phrase for all we know. And just on that topic, this is the question that actually comes up a little bit as well. Is that we have randomized the generation of all of these punks. So we had a few people talking to us about it when we were starting the project, where they were saying that we should, essentially cherry pick out the rare punks like Danny Seedphrase and some of the aliens and that to hold in the project treasury. But obviously that just didn't really sit well with us because doesn't seem really fair to the community. Also, we had people suggesting that we should cherry pick out some of the OG punk holders and hit them up on Twitter and try to offer them their original punk. But again, it's just the whole kind of cherry picking out and not just truly randomising and giving everyone in the community an equal chance didn't sit well with us either. So they all are randomly generated coming out in terms of their order, but obviously hold the original attribute set as the original punks. And also by doing that just kind of gives everyone the chance. Like you might get in there and mint, and you might mint Danny Seedphrase, and then you've obviously kind of got a bit of leverage there to go chasing Danny down if he wants to pick up his 4K version of his punk, and particularly when we start rolling into different metaverses as well, you kind of got that kind of demand push there. But yeah, getting back to in regards to in the event of the mint count stalling, so we don't want to be burning any of the tokens. We think we're actually going to be fine. And the way we had a conversation with Daniel the other day about a new method for essentially delivering the mints, which I don't know if we might not go into detail about it here, but it's essentially just a new kind of strategy to selling your project. I think we'll be fine. And as it was, let alone bringing this new strategy into market, let alone essentially the demand targets we're looking to build, having Jay on board. So I don't think we'll be in a position where we'll be required to. But if we absolutely worst case scenario that we did start falling short, I think it wouldn't be a matter of burning them. It'd be a matter of reducing rate or giving additional out or something like that. But I don't think we'll have to reach that point at all, personally. Visa dropped the alpha. Yes, I don't know. Maybe that's up to that's Daniel. If Daniel wants to talk about that one, that was his idea.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Visa, quit trying to get that out of Daniel, bro.
Yeah.
Daniel, keep that quiet, bro. Keep that one quiet, my guy. We gotta make that shit the gold standard going forward,
Pretty
bro.
much.
Keep that quiet.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, could you guys not just leave your minting open,
Well,
kind of open-ended until it sold out? And if you guys started building, obviously, some kind of momentum,
That's exactly right.
that would probably bring
The big
people.
issue that we see a lot of projects having right now, and like I think it's just because of the bear market, both in like crypto and NFTs. I like to explain it as the fact that there was such hype for 5-6 months. Everybody was passing so much money around through the industry, and there were so many rug artists that were out there that just took a lot of people's money, and then all of a sudden the crypto market crashed, and then the war with Russia hasn't helped that. So there's a lot of people that are hurting right now and are looking to make some money, and they're looking at every NFT as just a flipping opportunity. They're just looking for that 2, 3, 4, 10x whatever off the cuff, and they're not interested in the long-term value of the project. And what we're seeing happen is you have maybe a partial mint out, and then the floor price just crashes below your mint price, and it's very difficult to recover from that. So the option that we're looking at is something that may be able to avoid that, because I think that's the biggest factor right now. If you can avoid the secondary market crashing below your initial mint price, it enables you to get the project out there and make sure that you have the capital that you need for completion of the roadmap.
Yeah.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense. Seems like a common thing that a lot of projects are going through. So
Yeah.
if you get enough pineapples to get on the whitelist right now, can you actually mint? Are you actively minting at this point, or is that on pause? Or
No, that's on pause. So we went through a pre-sale. We got our OG guys in, and we're basically back on pause now until we start kind of building up the demand. So you can come in, you can start getting your whitelists. And someone asked, is it on ETH? Yes, it's on ETH. We're running a very, very lightweight 1155 contract that our dev brains worked on for a while. We had it was wild minting. I think we had the cheapest gas fee we had per one NFT was $4, and I think one guy batch minted 2 for like $6.50 of gas for the 2 of them. So yeah, it's pretty low minting. The whitelists at the moment are on two mints per whitelist and 10 per public when we get to public.
So I saw already in your announcements and everything,
Yep.
those prices are already announced. Is
Yes.
that changing, or is all that staying the same?
No, that's staying the same. Yeah, it's like, and we've had quite a few people kind of come to us and tell us that we could be minting them for a higher price, just because of just the artwork alone, let alone where we're taking them with the roadmap. But in reality, we don't necessarily kind of need the higher price. It's I feel like, we need enough to essentially start building, and we'll be taking a substantial portion of the ETH raise and parking it into stables and collecting yield on it, just to escape market volatility. That's all good when the market is going up, but if the market completely rolls over for any reason whatsoever, we need to be able to keep building. Deviant and I both have been in and out of a number of projects since 2017 that kind of rolled over for that reason. They just ran out of funding, so we just need to make sure that we can lock in enough funds to continue building for the roadmap for the foreseeable future, and we'll let the secondary market trade volume do the speaking. But yeah, I don't think we really need to be asking for much more than that. I think there's a lot of cash grabs going on out there, and it just doesn't need to be. It'd be nice, it'd be very nice to just pull in a lot more, but also it's our member audience so far is from a pretty widespread demographic, and not all demographics are in as financially prosperous areas as others, and it's difficult for them to get into a lot of these higher priced projects. So it opens the door for a lot more people to get in, and just opens the door for more growth from a cheaper floor rate for the community as a whole.
Plus,
I think
contracts are immutable.
Yes, true. Yeah, they're in the contract now as well, so the prices are already locked in.
Yeah, so you can't change the contracts when they're when it's already been set. But yeah, like JYPTO said, just the whole thing about this journey that we're going on is to be able to reach as many people as we can to hopefully give them an opportunity to live the dream and have the success with us. So we don't want to have big mint numbers to bring in whales, and obviously people can mint through different wallets and stuff, but yeah, we just want to push as many of the NFTs into as many different sort of communities around the world, so that when we do have our success over the next 3 to 5 years, it might be just that little bit of something that changes people's lives along the way, gives them that little bit of financial freedom. So that's the model we're working off, is just to reach as many people as we can as well, which is really important.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think having that lower mint price is definitely going to help, bring more people to the table for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the reaction's been pretty strong.
Hey, for all we know, guys, ETH is just gonna pump, and we're gonna see 10K ETH, right? And then that's not even gonna be a low floor price. I mean, nah, I'm just being hopeful, guys. I'm smoking that hopium.
That's very true.
That low price is definitely something that's going to be attractive for people. Hopefully the price doesn't go too much lower. Realistically, I'm worried about everything that's going on in the markets right now. Every day I wake up and I'm a little bit sad.
Yeah.
It's a different time to move through, but that's all it is, just time. And I know that this space is pretty volatile, and no matter what happens around the world, there's something that people seem to be able to do, and that's scratch up a bit of coin to have a bit of a punt on that, coming back to that dream. So yeah, as much as we're in tough times and the markets aren't as positive as what we'd hope, if we just keep our project moving forward and building and keep the community growing and stuff like that, then I think we can see it through. And when we do get out the other side, like Jay said, I definitely think we'll start to head towards that 10K ETH, and that's going to be some pretty exciting times just to see the growth of the project and the volume that we start to trade and stuff like that as well would be good.
Yeah, definitely.
I think we're going to be looking at probably like a fourth quarter for that to start happening, and I think the next few months through the summer is probably going to be a little bit of a rough market, but as long as you continue to, and this goes for any project, anybody that's out there listening, man, like as long as you continue to show value and be transparent with your community and, engage with them and continue to build, I think that long-term strategy is going to outwin anything else. And that's what I love about, these guys here with Cryptid Punks is they have a long-term goal, and regardless of whatever the market or anything like that, it's going to happen come hell or high water, and the people that see it are going to get that value. And that's why I jumped on board with these guys, I absolutely love to see long-term strategies, and I definitely see that in their roadmap.
Yeah, and we're keen as to build as well, particularly in the metaverse. Like we had a blast working with our artist Neo making the 4K set, and we're just like super keen to just get past mint, get the wearable, go through the wearable process with our illustration artists. Like that's going to be a ton of fun. And then getting past that and starting to make build out the metaverse is just going to be wild. Like building out Sandbox is just going to be absolute ton of fun. Doing the 10K set as well as building the actual land in the game out. So super keen for that. Super keen for guys. Definitely go have a look at RFOX VALT on YouTube. Like they got one of the most impressive looking metaverses out there. Super pumped to get the punks into there as well. There's a couple of other questions in the AMA channel. Dollar Bill asked, will there be batch minting? So Brains, our dev, was running tests on the batch mints for the public mints for up to 10. I think, what did he say he was getting, Davey? It was like, he was quoting us before the pre-sale at $8 to $9 for a single mint and up to, was it $20 for a batch mint?
20, yeah,
$20 for a batch mint for up to,
and that was
to 10. But then when we actually got to the pre-sale, people were getting them for like $5 for a single and $8 or $9 for two. So two's the batch. So if it hangs around that kind of level, you'd be looking at like $8, $9 batch minting for up to 10 NFTs, which is pretty wild.
I think just the network traffic is probably something that plays a part in that as well.
For
so
sure.
if we sort of come around to minting and it's we're not rocketing away again, then we should see lower mint prices hold. But if the space gets pretty busy and there's a lot of transactions, then obviously it'll top out at around that maybe 20. But geez, that's pretty good considering what a lot of us have seen over the past 6 to 12 months with minting prices and stuff for Ethereum. So yeah, we're pretty happy the contract's lightweight and it'll provide that sort of other incentive for people to go, and mint multiple NFTs, which would be good.
Yeah, definitely. One Shots is asking how many pineapples to whitelist. It's 10,000 pineapples, but to be completely honest, pineapples aren't hard to come by in the server. It's not. We haven't kind of structured this as a grind out. You got to get in and just grind at it to get things. Like we're dishing out pineapples pretty easy. We just kind of want people to come in and just enjoy participating in the community. We've got, I don't know what's the current rate for Smash Cart wins at the moment. It's like 1,000 pineapples, and those games are over pretty quick. They're getting dished out pretty hard and fast. It's not hard to get pineapples.
Yeah, if you came in for maybe 3 to 5 days and participated in some Smash Carts and just going out and supporting some tweets and doing things like that, you could hit your 10,000 real quick. It's not like JYPTO said. It's definitely not a grind. It's not something that we want to be seen as grinding. And it's just community interaction, and we're having a lot of fun.
You could always just come in and just come in with an easy tattoo for 25,000 pineapples, and then you're whitelisted and have an adventure roll, and then you're done. You're good to go. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
So what I hear you saying is if you're disappointed in market conditions, what you should do is join Cryptid Punk's Discord and get pineapples.
Yes.
Because they're easy to come by and they make you feel good.
Yeah.
So
that's it.
Definitely.
Everyone's a winner.
Yeah. Pretty much. That's it. Any other questions, or you want to? I'm just trying to be mindful of people's time as well. Obviously, people are pretty time short these days.
Yeah, I mean, I think as far as, I'm concerned, your presentation was awesome. You answered a lot of the stuff that I probably would have asked questions about, so I think I'm good.
Cool.
One Shot says he can't wait to get his pineapples,
Yeah, come get
or
some
maybe her.
pineapples. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. If anyone else has
definitely.
any questions as well, like we're always in the Discord, and always open to questions, and we'll be frequenting AMAs quite often moving forward from here. So plenty more opportunities to fire questions at us. We're not scared of hard questions.
Yeah. And we do have, we've got a great moderation team that we've rotated around a 24/7 schedule. So depending on what time you're sort of active in the space, there's always going to be someone from the CryptoPunks team in the chat. We don't really have any dead spots or that there. So, you might end up coming in and meeting someone, and everyone's conversing really well, and always there just to help navigate through the server, and always questions that can get answered like on the spot as well. So if anyone comes in and they're a bit sort of unsure about how to go about something, just reach out to any of the mods, and they'll take you for a walk through and get you going.
Awesome.
All the pineapple gifts coming
hey
out.
Guys.
Now.
Yeah.
It feels like home in here. That's interesting.
Yeah. I'll
Well, thank you guys for being here. If anybody else has any last questions, type them in the chat right now. Otherwise, you can join their Discord and ask them there. Hope everybody had a really good time, and CryptidPunks looks like an awesome project, and everybody should definitely join the Discord at least and see what these pineapples are all about.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, awesome. And thank you very much for having us. Much appreciated.
Yeah, cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks for having us in, guys. It was great to chat to everyone, and hopefully we might see a few of you in the server, and we can have another chinwag there as well.
Yeah, sounds like a good time.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah, guys. Thank you all for having us. I appreciate that, and look forward to seeing you guys over there and getting involved in some games and stuff. I see some of the team out here in the audience, so get to know Mr. Disco Boolulu. I can't even say that name. But we got a few of the guys here in the Mr. Disco Boolulu. But yeah, guys, have a great night. I appreciate you guys taking your time to spend it here with us, and hopefully we'll see you over there.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Thanks, everyone.